My name is Ilya, and in this video I will do a complete review of EasyVSL 3.0 and talk about why most people actually probably should not buy the software unless you have a very specific need, and I will go into that later. I'll go over the kinetic type of text, the regular VSL, and everything else the program has and that you can do with it. So let's just get started. Let's create a new VSL. Start from scratch. I'll paste text classic. I'll do the classic first. The kinetic will be next. Actually, I'll do the kinetic first. So this is kinetic example. You can input tags here for easy searching. Press OK. And these are all of the templates. Now, if you purchase, these are not all the templates that you will get because a lot of these are premium. I believe I got 12 premium templates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe even more. I know for sure that the first 5 are included, and then the first 7 might be included. But all of these are not included in the first purchase. You have to buy their upsell, which is $199 for more templates, more images, more audio, and more random things that, in my opinion, is not worth it. I will make another video showing what you actually get in the upsell if people are interested in that. So to preview, just hover over it. And these are the examples. So it plays the first one. This one actually doesn't have the second one for some reason. But it plays the first slide. Then it shows you what the second slide should look like. And then it shows you what the third slide should look like. And some of the previews are incredibly fast, like that. And then some of the previews are slow. So I'm not sure if that was, meant to happen or if it's just a broken thing. But let's just choose this one. Click next. And now this is where you actually input the text. So you paste in the text. And as you can see, nothing happens. What I have to do is go here and either press the add slide mark button or press Control and Enter to add slides at certain points within the video. So this is a manual process. And the classic one, I'll show you that later. It does sometimes add these randomly at the end of sentences, but not always, which is strange. Anyway, this is going to be too long. This is going to be too long. This is going to be too long. So I'm just going to press next. It's going to warn me that sentences are too long. It'll break them up and move the text to a new phrase or slide. So I'll press continue. And this is how it breaks it up. Each slide has either, depending on which theme you select, 2 to 4 rows of text, and this is what it will look like. So I'm not going to edit this. I'll just press next. And as you can see, this is the presentation. The first time I saw the results, I was sure it was a fluke, a statistical anomaly. So this doesn't really look that great. And my pet peeve right here is, okay, so things break very often. Like I can type in here and edit, I can type in here and edit the text, to a certain point, to the limit of how much text I actually can have. But as you can see, this right here is just broken. I'm clicking on the text and there's things popping up everywhere. That's number 1 problem. Number 2 is I cannot edit anything in the kinetic template. The classic ones, you can edit pretty much everything, but in the kinetic, what you see in the themes and the design is what you get. You cannot edit this. So I'll press next. And this is the audio editor. At this point, you have a couple of options. You can either add an audio by importing it. So I usually record in Audacity, then import. Record the audio straight in the program, or use text-to-speech. I don't like text-to-speech. You can use it if you want. But the problem with text-to-speech and the problem with auto-speech recognition, which sets the timing of the slide automatically, is that it takes some time to set it up. So let's just see where this button leads us. As you can see, I need to get API credentials below. And if I click on that button, this is where I land. This looks a little bit confusing, right? You can understand that you need to create an account, but where do you go from here? A little confusing. They do have a tutorial inside of the members area for EasyVSL, which explains these things a little bit better. But, for me, creating the account here and I did not set up text to video, but I did set up auto speech recognition. So let me actually just, I'm going to record an audio real quick for this. And I'm going to use the auto speech recognition feature. This is what the audio recording looks like at first. And then you can press here to start recording, and it will give you a little timer. The first time I saw the results, I was sure it was a fluke, a statistical anomaly. Because how else could such simple looking videos perform so much better than beautiful sales pages or fancy videos? Alright, so now the video file is getting prepared. I recorded it. As you can see, it's a 38-second file. I'll just import it. And they did say that for Kinetic, this doesn't really work as well because the slides are so short. Also, as you can see, I can't read the slides right here for Kinetic. The text is completely messed up. I had to read off of my second screen. But if you click on auto speech recognition, as you can see, I've put in my API key and a URL for IBM Watson once again. And then I'm going to press OK, and this is going to take a little bit. I have to convert, upload it to the cloud. IBM Watson processes it, and then it puts everything back in here. So this can take anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So I'll be right back when this is done. All right, so it seems to have synced up pretty quickly. So let's see what it sounds like. Let me turn this down and let's play. The first time I saw the results, I was sure it was a fluke, a statistical anomaly. Because how else could such simple looking videos perform so much better than beautiful sales pages or fancy video? Okay, so as you can see, the auto sync is actually doing pretty well. It synced up pretty much all of the slides generally correctly. And that's great. I love auto sync. It does take, auto speech recognition does take a while to set up and actually get it running when you just get the software. And quick side note, you do have to download this software and install it on your computer. This is not a in-browser sort of video editor or app. This is on your computer. So that's a little bit annoying because setup does take some time. And then another way to actually change the slide timings is by clicking up here. Now, right now, all of the slides are auto-synced, and I don't want to mess that up. So I will show you how to do that in the next video with the actual text template. So let's go on and create a text video. We're back to dashboard, create a new VSL, paste text classic style. So this is classic test. Okay. And as you can see, there's a little bit more options now. Now I can actually choose more things and I can edit more things. Now, I don't know how many of you actually need this many backgrounds. I usually just go for the color or the gradient, or sometimes some of the simpler like strip line or gray border. But up to you if you're in a different niche, if you're in a landscaping niche, if you're, money making niche. This beach picture is extremely overused, but that's fine. So I'm going to just choose the strip line. You can see you can change the slide animation, change the font, and then change the text color. Then you paste it in. And if you click away, it actually automatically creates the new slide markers. So that's cool. You can press next. And this is just the slide divisions. And this is what the slides and the editor actually looks like. So the first time I saw the results, I was sure it was a fluke. And now is where EasyVSL shines compared to Content Samurai. Basically, EasyVSL has a lot of glitches. It's not really perfect. It's a little bit cheaper than Content Samurai, but there is a way to get it just a one-time payment without buying any of the upsells or anything. So if you want to do that, then it might be worth it. And the reason for that is because you can pretty much edit. You have complete freedom of editing things within EasyVSL for the classic VSL. You can add an image. They have a little media library. So let's say I want to add an image of image of a cat. I don't want a stretch. I wanted a letterbox. And then image of a dog. This is just an example. That's a cute dog. Okay, letterbox. So now as you can see, I got a dog. I got a cat. And I'm going to delete this one. And now I can just move things around wherever I want them to be. Compared to Content Samurai, I cannot do that. Content Samurai only allows you to either have text here with images in the background, text right, image left, vice versa, etc. and you can also move the text around. And the cool thing here is if I select bulk actions, I can add images. I believe I can add images. I've never actually tried this. So let's see. Yeah, there you go. So I just added an image to all of the slides. Now, one problem with bulk actions is that if I click on it, let me click back on bulk actions. I cannot actually edit it for each slide. I cannot change the size for each slide. I cannot remove it for each slide. If I move it here, as you can see, it stays the same on all the other slides. And this is the problem with the watermark also. If I want to add a watermark, let's see, that's not the folder that I need to be in. Give me a second. Alrighty, so I just added this watermark with a bulk action to all of the slides. And now I want to, let's say, put it right here in the top left corner. Cool. I select this. I can move it around. It will get moved on all slides. That's great. But if I change the size, then look what happens. I change the size for this one. All of these stay the same. So if you want it to be like in the top left corner, great. It's in the top left corner for here because the movement corresponds to this, but the size does not change as I move it around. So that's broken. That's one of the really most annoying things I found with this. Well, there's a lot of annoying things I found with this. What else can you can change the slide animation. You can change just the individual slide theme. So maybe you want, I don't know, this to be a white beach. Or maybe you want to change all of the themes. Or you want to align certain things, you know, left, right, center, whatever. That's nice. I like the alignment feature. You can add a sound. And there's more sounds that I got with the Premiere or the upsell that I purchased. I'll demonstrate some of those later, not in this video, in a different video, because there's a lot of stuff they give you. In my opinion, it's not that useful, but that's just my personal opinion. And you can change the layout. So this is what Content Samurai has, you know, left, right, right, left, top, or bottom. Whereas with EasyVSL, you can move everything all around. You can also change the text effect, so do blur. I want to preview that. So it does that, or do scramble, which it does that. So that's pretty cool. Add a watermark. If you do it on an individual slide basis, that works. If not, this is what happens. Images work great. For the text, you can, of course, change the size, change the color, edit it in here, and bold or change the color of whatever text you want, right? So if I want to bold that and maybe even change the color to that looks terrible, but that's not the point. You can do that. You can add new text and then add list elements, and that's pretty much all you can do in this area. So I'm going to go to next, and I'm going to demonstrate a different way of setting the timing for the slides. Let's say I added an audio. I currently don't have it, but it doesn't matter. What I can do is I can actually press play, and then right at the top here, let me zoom in a little bit so you see it better. Right at the top here, I can click the tick mark, and it will automatically set the slide. So I press play, I wait a little bit, and I press this. As you can see, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, and then I'm going to wait a little bit for slide 5. And do this. So it's pretty much as easy as the timings are in Content Samurai if you don't want to use auto speech recognition for whatever reason, which it's free. You might as well, even though it does take, you know, some time to set it up. But there you go. All of the slides are done. And that is pretty much it. As for, yeah, sure, I'll save this. There's a lot of things that kind of just break with EasyVSL. I've gotten a lot of critical errors. The kinetic themes often break. Just randomly the software crashed on me. And overall, this is definitely more of a typical internet marketing software rather than, you know, an actual polished piece of software that most companies would release into the world. But that's not to say that it's not great, you know. It does what it sets out to do, which if you want to create a very simple, you know, classic style VSL with moving some images around, moving some text around, it's great. It works. It does what it says it will do. It's perfect. If you want Kinetic, you can't really edit the Kinetic templates, and just watching a Kinetic video for like 5 or 10 minutes, however long your VSL is, will get annoying pretty fast. So the good news is, if you only want software for creating VSLs, specifically classic text VSLs, then EasyVSL is great for you, especially if you can get the one-time software. Their usual pricing is either $97 up front with $9.99 per month, or just $197 per year, which is still cheaper than Content Samurai, but Content Samurai has a lot more features and a lot more options other than just VSL videos. You can do social media, you can do influencer videos, and they're constantly adding and upgrading, and EasyVSL is just for VSLs. But if you go on their website and you kind of look around, you look for a little bit, maybe even click on the buy button but don't buy, you will eventually get retargeted. And I was retargeted on Facebook. They may be running more ads. You will probably get retargeted on Facebook with a Facebook only offer for a one-time payment for EasyVSL. Now, how expensive that's going to be, they might be testing that, I don't know, but I was able to get it for only $67 one-time payment. Only for that, I do believe the software is worth it, because even if you create, even if you use it to create 10 VSLs over the span of a year, that's $6 per VSL. It speeds up the process. That's great. It works. But that's also if you don't already have Content Samurai or aren't planning on getting Content Samurai. And honestly, for most people, I would recommend, if you haven't heard of Content Samurai, check out my review. It will be in the description below. It's basically also another VSL creation software with the ability to import, with the ability to access like 2 million plus stock videos, with the ability to create social media videos, with the ability to create influencer style videos of subtitles for Instagram or Facebook ads, and they're just constantly adding more features. And Content Samurai can be had for as little as $24 per month, which is comparably more expensive than EasyVSL. But for the number of features that you get with Content Samurai, it's definitely a lot more worth it in my opinion. So two choices: get EasyVSL, their lifetime or their one-time payment by getting retargeted, or check out the Content Samurai review and see if that actually might be a better option for you. I will post some more EasyVSL reviews and information later. What's in their premium package, are their upsells worth it? The answer is no, etc. But that's going to be a different video. So thank you very much for watching, and all of the links you need are in the description below, and I hope that you have a great